コバは明けおめ絵文字。明けおめ。
明けおめ。よいしょ。
そしてまたこれやってるのね、わら。
いや、ガレリアやろうかなと思ったけど、ちょっとこれもやる。多分ミッチーさんにガレリア越されてるかもな。なんかメモ貼って。
Bye, Mandy. See you soon.
You've named the poster girl. You a bit lonely these days?
You're one to talk. I've heard you muttering to her.
What, me? To a poster? Don't be silly.
ガレリアはだいぶ進んだ、わら。
今日がっつりとやれたと。調べられるもんあとないか。俺ここに何しに来たんだっけ。あれ、俺こいつ喋ったっけ。じゃあ射撃じゃない。
Hey, Marty, what about Laura? How come she didn't eat you yet?
Yeah, very funny. We're good, by the way. Mostly. As good as we can be after all these years.
Glad to hear it.
She asks a lot about you.
Really?
Yeah. She always hated you for getting me into trouble all the time.
Understandable.
But she also felt sorry for you.
Ah, well, thanks. That's much better.
If I'm honest with you, she loved the chicken police, Marty, better than this one.
Well, I think I'll take that as a compliment.
Whatever, Sonny.
でも、どんなプレイしてたかは知らないけど、新エンド見るまでに200時間かかったとかって話聞いて驚愕してるんだけど、わら。
あれか、前作のルフラみたいにその裏ボスのこととか全部やるためにかかった時間ってことかな。俺ら攻略サイトもあるからつまりそうなところは調べられるけど、最初の人は分かんないから多分すんげえ時間かかってるかも。ここはあといいのかな。
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hot dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty. With a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go.
あれ今行くってのはどうだっていう字が行く手になったよね。
Not so little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well, It seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
ちょっとなんか遅いなって。遅いでもたまに俺追いついてない時あるこれ前いたっけ？いたな。
確認してきたけど行くってになってたよ。
あれなんか漢字の手って書いてたよね。
Maybe next time.
あれ？あ、もうこれ移動するっていいのかな。
んでちょうど買い出しに行こうとしてたんでちょっと買い出し行ってきます。
おす。次はクラブでいいのかね。移動あれ警察署から出んの？どうやって出んの？
We're leaving, sweet.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We
いざこざ
can
は
take
やめて。
care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
出口どっから出るのかな。出口。
We have no business.
ここ射撃場だろ。
What? Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
さっさと行け。
I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore.
hate his kind anyway.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you? Are you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Eesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
移動ってどうやんだっけこれ。あ、こうか。コーヒー飲むっつったな。
The hop dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold syrup. Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie.
ちゃんとくちばしとか鳥と
Was I
か
talking to myself again?
絶対人って使わないところがある。
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the Hive?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Who hasn't? You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be honest, I have no idea how this insect matter can be solved.
I do. We just open the ghettos and let the insects live among us like they did for centuries.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be.
なんか虫あれか。差別されてんのか。
Hey, pal. Can you hear me?
Did this wreck belong to Zip?
Well, it's a wreck just like him, so I guess it could. Of all that's furry.
Is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler district are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still larvae.
Wait, what? Why?
They pay a
あ、こ
hefty
この
sum
店
for each of
あれ
them
か。昆虫
downtown.
系か。
They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
アリつかここの日本語訳は出ないのかい。
Zip is a...
Me neither, Marty.
あ、わかるけどなんか店の中入れないのかな。
place is deserted. Poor Zip.
You're right.
Yep, the guy's middle name is bad luck.
That's for sure.
虫じゃねえじゃんあ、こいつが張り紙してんのか。お客に虫がいるのを嫌で張り紙されてんのか。
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
It's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell!
Wessler?
You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be
極悪ギャングだっけ。
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
And?
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out. Brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah, weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Well, there is a woman.
I knew it.
But not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor. Like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in. Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
I've gotta say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, watch your beak.
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball.
Ha!
こいつがちょっと悪者
So
なんだ。
Ibn's gone
悪者ってか
insane.
悪。
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why?
マフィアだっけギャングだっけ。
So, about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip. I mean really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger.
ギャングだね。
She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
Jeep.
You didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat. That Natasha's a mysterious woman. A real cursed jewel, if you ask me. She came out of nowhere 2 or 3 years ago and landed on the stage of the millions almost immediately.
Is that so?
あ、
Interesting.
にゃんこか。
Yeah, she's got a fantastic voice. Makes men go crazy. But we all know that's not what's important. Then suddenly, bam! She got the whole club. Just like that. But we know exactly how it was.
I can imagine, yeah. Since then, it operates under the name the Czar Club, right?
The old click is still clicking, right? Yeah. The club was renamed and remodeled. Everyone knows she was Ibn's lover, but she's not your usual canary. She didn't get involved in Ibn's dirty dealings.
Then how exactly does she fit into the picture?
Check this. A few months ago, the old rat pulled out of his own businesses and gave control to Mongrel Mick and his mob.
Mongrel Mick? Doesn't sound familiar.
Mick the Marauder, ring a bell?
Damn, that little monkey came this far?
I think that little shit took advantage of Ibn not being himself.
Which has something to do with this Natasha, right?
That's my guess.
Thanks for this straight dope, Zip. We owe you one.
One? You owe me the price of a new coffee shop, remember?
Okay, okay. Whatever you need. Just call us.
I cluck and will.
Thanks, pal.
Hey, I'm not your pal, Marty.
あんたは相棒じゃねえよ。
The door didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
He had to. We didn't leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner.
サーリクラブ
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird. Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
あれこのウサギルイやっぱそうだな。
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I
裸の
always
大
thought
将
that
みたいな
guy's
喋
not
り
all
方
there in
す
the
る。
head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner. But I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary Chicken Police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. That's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
用心棒これ何？ヤギか。こういう車好き。
Jeez, look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Nah, he's definitely a Bob.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
ビルとボブ。さてどっちだ？
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful, chilly night?
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it.
ただいま。
Yeah, I know exactly how this
Kylie.
works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah, I've,
Don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
話があるってでも猫からあったんだよな。なんか声かけてもらえればな入れるの。こいつに行ってみる？
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah, something like that.
No, 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 no.
このゲーム
No problem at
キ
all.
ャラの
Come with
癖
me.
はめちゃ
talk
く
to
ちゃ
him.
強い
Much
けど
obliged, pal.
何気に
Yeah,
フ
thanks,
ルボイ
buddy.
スだよねわら
Excuse me.
Oh, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
Why?
Did I say something wrong?
英語の方が雰囲気あっていいけど、日本語バージョンもあったらいいな、いいのにな。ちょっと飲み物取ってこよう。なんかどういう人がゲーム作ってるかは知らないけど、結構昔からゲームとか作ってきて、
内容はすごいハードボイルドなんだけど、キャラのせいで異質感がすごいわら。
確かに絶対作ってる人結構あれだよね、ゲーム業界長い人だよね。昔からゲーム作ってる人のような気がする。若い人ではないような気がする。作り慣れてる感が。あれ、どこまで話したっけな。
Let's not bother her.
Okay.
OK。 ナターシャ。あ、ルイス。
Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
警察バッジ見せるしかないの。
Look, I really don't want any trouble, but...
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like, coppers. Forgive this slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I'm strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I read the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Oh my god, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast.
マーティーは本当なんかすぐ戦いたくなる人だね。
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen, and forgive me for my austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare.
デコボココンビ。あ、俺ヤギっつったけどこの人牛か。この人って言ってたな、この動物。
Everything's fine, Mr. Hayworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
L'argent, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
知り合いがいてよかったな。ルイスさんが
The
店に来て
jazz
た。
overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilled whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Czar. Well, here we are.
ゲームの雰囲気は神宮寺三郎なんだよな。わら。
なんだっけな、作ってる会社。なんかお猿の絵ついてるよ。チキンポリス。
神宮寺三郎は好きなんだけど、最近の神宮寺三郎はあんまり好みじゃないのよね。
あー、なんか雰囲気変わっちゃったのか。へえ、この作品はもともと短編シリーズの映画作品として企画が進められていたんだって。
どこで映画からゲームに変わっちゃったの。わら。
なんでだろうな。シリーズものの短編映画に。映画作る上でのこのアートスタイルはこういう風な感じでやろうって企画が進んでたけど、ゲームに切り替えた。ハンガリーだって。ハンガリーの会社だって。パソコン版の Steam で出てた時はローカライズがまだまだなんだろう、ちゃんとできてなかったっぽかったけど、製品版ではちゃんとするって。これ今俺パソコンの Steam 版のやつ記事見てる。
Mother of
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for
いつ
real.
もと同じじゃない。お前のいつもと同じは店ぶち壊すことでしょ。これ俺好きなあれじゃない？なんだっけ？なんだっけ？名前忘れた。カラカルだっけ？
自然が怖いわら。
なんかカラカルっぽい顔してる。俺好きな野生の猫科の。野生の猫って耳の先っちょに毛がピョーンって長いのがついてるの。
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not. Hey, there's Fillmar.
Who?
Fillmar.
Oh, yes. Fillmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously
Tori
wild
nakama.
cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
まあ鳥世界ではね、結構肉食系の鳥だからそういうキャラなんだろうか。
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
名探偵
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass Alias.
Mr. Mannequin.
Marlowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a feather pillow mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little
そっか、サニーはめっちゃあれだもんね、年いってる人だもんね、主人公。
By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good
もう
old-fashioned
引退するって感じだもん
We
な。
stick out. Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Fillmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
あ、ギャングのボスじゃん。違うか。やべえやつ。やっぱ日本でも外国でもあれだね。猫ってなんか人間で例えるとちょっ と魅力的ななんか魔性の女みたいな、そういう感じ方するんだね。こいつだろ、ギャングのやべえやつ。依頼主の男だかなんだか。喋って大丈夫なのこれ。
Isn't that?
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
そうそう、ネズミネズミ。
Great.
で、女が猫っていうね。こいつにバレないようにしなきゃいけないんじゃん。
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember? Two whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of
That's
tap water
it.
too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
As I recall,
チャラい。
always bragging
チャラさが出
about
てる、なん
hiding
か。
your shotgun coat so
チャラい。
well, no one can
チ
see
ャラい
it.
というか、なんか、
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now.
夜の商売してるお兄さんって感
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old golden eagle.
じ。やる気あんのかねえのかよく
Of
わかん
all
ない。
the furry gods, you're right.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it.
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
Yeah, well, more like stealing it. But if it's easier for you.
You're twisted, pal. But to be honest, I've no objections.
猫に会うためにはステージ？
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What if, this is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. That woman with Ibn. I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
カラス。
Hey, Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not
とりあえ
suicidal.
ず全部調べればいい。
Are you chicken or what?
Piss off, old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
これは調べられない。こいつも仕事できてんのか。もう一回こいつ喋る。
Just one more thing, Philmar.
I see you haven't changed a bit.
Do you think we're walking into a trap? You always had good instincts.
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha woman, even when I worked for her.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves, and don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even...
それはありえないね。
Welcome to the club, Brother Bird.
マ
Take care,
ーティーだっけ。
You too, old fart.
相棒は常になんか銃をぶっ放したい系キャラだな。
Take care, Phil.
You too.
What is it, butt jam?
Nothing, old fart.
Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken Police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken. Sir, I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
そういうとこ結構徹底してるよ。
Nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't
ハム
mind.
太郎すげえ今気になった
I'm
け
at
ど
your service.
絶対ハムスターだろ。なんか警察署でなんか話してるときなんかカーとどうのこうのっていうやつに対してなんか種族なんだっけなんちゃら差別はやめてくださいみたいなことで鳥は鳥ですけどそうかなあ、そう確かそんなのか ギャングのクソ野郎でも。で依頼主がこれなの。
人じゃないからね、わら。
そうそうそうそこちゃんとしてる。普通こういう系のゲームって見た目こういうのでもなんか人扱いでね会話が進むけど、でこのお店に入れてくれるのを協力してくれたのは裸の大将みたいな喋り方するやつですね。なんかちゃんとしてるよな。アライグマは気強い生き物だからちゃんとなんか不良系のキャラに使ってるとこが。
Detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
なんか尋問数増えた。
Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall.
あ、やべ。まだ俺尋問する気じゃなかったのに。まだ会話したかったのに。でもよくなんか作ってるよね。その合成も動きもなんか滑らかだし。なんか焦点のところの文章がちょっと微妙な感じがする。なんか字が抜けてんのか。レスラーは〇〇な相手だ。残念ながら俺は彼はとよく知らないだ。なんか言葉抜けてるっぽいな。彼を、誰々に押し付けるだけでは何も達成できない。脅迫について聞いたときどう思われましたか？
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
警察を呼べばよかったのになんでしなかったんですか？
What? Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that?
あ、今ボタンスキップ押しちゃった。
Messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
刑事メーターを下げないようにしなきゃいけないでしょ。
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley, if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
レイさんナレリアやってるわら。
お、昨日も年越しの時いろんなパソコンのクソゲー系を赤鬼さんとやってたけど、ダークサイダーやるっつってたから、あっと思って期待したんだけど、ダークサイダーやらないで終わった。ダークサイダーの一番新しいやつって、2人でできるやつだったからね、あれやるんだなと思ったんだけど、結局やらないで終わった。今日やってたの
少し前にやってたよわら。
ね、やってたね。仕事してたもんな。そっと続く。そっと続く。
Are you and Natasha close?
What do you mean exactly, chicken?
Mr. Featherland, if you please. This could be important. How does she stand on the scale from sweetheart to wife?
Oh, you have some nerve. Ask her that. I'm a gentleman, Mr. Featherland.
Really?
Maybe you can't comprehend it, but I can't ask for her hand until she offers it to me herself.
How chivalrous.
Get to the point, detective.
Business going well, Mr. Wessler? Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
紫さん、明けましてこんばんは。いやー、刑事メーターが下がらんな。
紫さん明けましてこんばん
Have there been
は。
similar threats in the past?
Right to the point, yeah? Yeah, I get it. But sadly, this is a dead end, my friend. No threats like these, whether you believe it or not.
Well, it really seems like a dead end, so I'll just back up and try from a different angle.
You do that.
署まで来てもらえますか。あ、なんかまたメーター下がってる。こいつむずいな。
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Goldtown. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend, roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
ちょっとメーター増えた。復活した。
バレリアクをがっつりやってたおかげで、レイさんよりもだいぶ進んでる。わら。
フェイさん、裏でレベル上げとかってする時間がないから、なかなか低いレベルでね、行き詰まりそうになる場面が多いから、その気持ちなんかわかる。下りそうだけどなんとかしなきゃなみたいな空気一瞬なりそうになるから。どっちにしよう。
Is she completely alone when she's there at the weekend?
As I've told you, Natasha's a free woman, eh? She's an adult. She doesn't need an escort. Or, she didn't need one until now.
Are you afraid for her? You know, a big star like her, alone in that house.
I never said a black car doesn't drive by 2 or 3 times a day, but, it's just caution. Huh. I'm not a monster after all, am I?
I suppose not.
フェイさんはね、アクションゲームの技術はすごい上手いな、得意そうなんだけど、ああいう系はそういうテクニックとかないから、あれ大変だよね。
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing.
おお、やっと進んだ。いや、なかなかゲージ上げれなかったな。でもまあまあだ。うん。素直に話さない。まあそういう仕事してるからやっぱりね、何でもかんでもベラベラ喋るキャラではないよね。
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should, grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
オリビア詰めて
The show's gonna start soon.
マーティ残念でした。
何この演出わら。
オリビアが今歌いますよって。
Sonny. Sonny.
心奪われておるわら。
普通にいい歌なんだけど。
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Eben will be back soon.
ナターシャが依頼
If
主
he
だよな。
wants to talk, then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
食われんぞ。これは
Gee, that is a, unique picture, and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure. considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
いるよね。自分の魅力をなんか分かってて、それをなんかうまいこと利用してる女。
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Well, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
もうなんか3パターンぐらいいるよね。私ってなんか美しいでしょっていうのを前面の人とめっちゃ綺麗、なんかわざとらしく心ではすんげえ自分は綺麗だとか可愛いって思ってるけど、そんなことないですよっていう控えめにわざとらしく言うやつとあとなんだ、もう自分から私ってかわいいってもう口に出して言うやつよく言われるんですよとか
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
なんか遠回しに自分を可愛いっていう
There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're
全然
playing
遠回し
naive.
じゃねえんだけど
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise? Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will
今バグっ
find
てる
nothing but a dead end.
ナターシャがサニーと同時に喋る動きになってた
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
ナターシャ・キャッツェンコ自信家
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
なんか G 抜けてるの結構あるよな。これアップデートとか来ないんかな。
の写真は大胆ですね。
ずいぶん大胆ですねだよな、多分。あの写真？壁の写真？
The place is very elegant, and so's your room.
Why, thank you.
I kind of feel like I'm in a museum.
Well, that depends on the kind of museum.
The kind with nice things.
Oh.
Suspiciously nice things, just like you.
Do you think I'm suspicious?
We'll see about that.
Try me.
こういうなんか推理系アドベンチャーで重要なとこ G 抜けてたらすげえ困る。今んとこ大丈夫だけど。
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small
そうね、
rejection
ファ
to
ン
turn
が狂っ
admiration
ちゃうやつもいる
into
からね。
That's a stillborn theory.
愛が
No
重
one
たすぎて
hates me if they once
犯罪になる
キ
人も。
ーワードが抜けてたらわかんなくなるね。わら。
そうそういうのなければいいな。脅迫に関連する具体的な証拠。
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Whistler could ever turn to the cops?
I see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept my ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall. in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty. No one's ever seen the culprit? Not even a shadow?
That's one of the most curious things. Even has men everywhere. Literally, my shadows, ghosts in every alley.
身内にいんのか。
But no one saw anything.
One of them could be the culprit.
Ibn pays his animals well, and he's the most dangerous man in the city. A combination that nullifies your theory, I believe?
Maybe, ma'am. Love is capable of insane miracles and miraculous insanity.
What poetry. Did you ever think about writing a book?
Never. I'm afraid I'd learn too much about myself.
Maybe that's the point. I would read about you. Not like the chicken police Pulp Fiction.
Furry hell. Do you read that trash?
Like everyone else in the city.
Oh, great.
I think it's flattering, even as badly written tales of heroes in the gutter.
You enjoy it?
Well, just a little, Sonny. Just a little.
絶対少しじゃねえ。これも飛んでるな。暗い過去。昔の。
So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know that?
Usually, yes. But I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
なんて言いたいのかよくわからんね。わら。
あ、でもケージメーターいい感じだな。
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you, no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator, or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine.
She
has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing. What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes.
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
いや、ちょいちょい G 抜けてるな。
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
あれかな、日本語で書くとき変換して、ただ変換するんじゃなくて、こういう風な日本語にした方がいいかなって、こう当てはめる前に考えてて、結局入れるの忘れたんでここ違う言葉の方がいいんじゃねとかいう。
さんの声にアレクサが反応した。
アレクサ？アレクサってなんだっけ？アレクサ。アマゾンのやつ
？Google のスマートスピーカー。
なんかローカライズするときにそのなんかいい言葉を入れようとこうとりあえず入れないで結局入れ忘れたみたいな感じの気がするあ、結局入れるの忘れてしまったみたいな。これ気づいてんのかな。メーカーさん発売してから結構経ってるよね。
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
あら。
それだったらしょぼぎきすぎる。
てか俺こんな長くやるつもりじゃなかったんだけど、もう12時になるな。とりあえず終わるか。最後一回話しかけたら終わるかな。
Do you have a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry. I've never smoked.
Really? That's very uncommon in your line of work.
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work too. But I promise that next time we meet, I'll bring you a box of matches.
I might take you up on that.
No trouble at all.
タバコはマッチで吸った方がね、いいんだよね。吸う側としてはなんか、まあライターの方がすげえ便利だからライター使っちゃうけど、気持ち的にはマッチで吸った方がね、いいタバコは。匂いというか味というか。
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
これはあいつに声かけて、いねえや。あ、マーティの大好きなオリビアさんまだいるよ。
コーラは瓶で飲んだ方が美味しい。テノと似たようなもんかな。わら。
あ、そうか。プラスコーラはストローで飲むとより美味しい。
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but...
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
You don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
オリビアさんはあれか？ハシブト系ハシブト系あ、ただのカラスってしか書いてねえ。この探偵のこいつってハヤブサだよね。ハヤブサ。絶対こいつカラカラだと思うんだけどな。あ、喋れるようになってる。
What a lovely kitten.
パルコ・ベリゴーラ。
ファルコ・ベリゴーラ。
Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens?
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
俺カラカラ好きなんだよ。
Thanks, big boy.
猫科の動物で。絶対カラカルだって。大山猫残念あれでもカラカルは山猫ではないか。カラカルする。そうか。カラカルはカラカルだもんな。
山猫でした。わら。
残念。今まで結構全部当たってきてたのにな。くっそ悔しい。シュナウザーとか。
名ってカラカルって言うんだね。わら
あ、でも以前は大山猫族や猫族に分類されることがあったって書いてる。でもそっち系の猫なのはまああれなんだね。でもね、あれなんだよ、野生の猫の特徴なんだよね。耳の先に毛がピョーンって生えてんの。あの毛がかわいいよな。出ますか。あれ、ここにいたやつ変わってる。鹿いなくなった。あ、いた。こいつに最後話聞くか。
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Old croakers.
鳥肌。
You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
マーティはトラブルメーカーだから俺に任せろ的なこと言ってみんなはなんだ鍵？ん？あ、間違えた。これか？これ前からあったっけ？
We stepped into it, didn't we? Hmm.
こっちじゃないっ
Of
け？
all that's furry, what kind of a list is
あ、今
this?
やっぱリストだ。
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Westler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
首突っ込んだせいで命を狙われる可能性がある。とりあえず次は別荘って書いてるけど、ここで終わるか。12時過ぎた。次回はじゃあ別荘から。でございます。
おつでした。
おつ寝る前にあっちのゲームもレベル上げしないと。ではでは。